From the halls of Montezuma to the shores of Tripoli. That is the U.S. Marine Corps, and since the early 40s, World War II, the knife those Marines carried with them into battle was a Kabar, and we have one of those right here. This is the Kabar single mark. All right, take it out of the box there, and as you can see, it comes with this nice leather scabbard, and if it fits on our stage here. All right, this is something you don't see very often with me. Not that I have anything against fixed blades. I just more of a focus more on EDC kind of carry and those types of knives. But I do enjoy a good fixed blade, and I do enjoy this iconic knife here. This is a recognized knife world over, with the combat knife carried by U.S. Marines. Okay, let's kind of do what we do and discuss some of the statistics about this, and then we'll talk a little bit about the knife, what we like about it and what we might not like about it, and compare it to some other items. Okay, first, overall length is a nice round number of 12 inches, with the blade being 7 inches long. See right there. And then you got 6.5 inches of cutting edge and a little bit of blank area there so that you can sharpen it. So that makes the handle a good, nice 5 inches, which will fit, I would say, pretty much any hand size without any problem whatsoever. The blade material is listed as 1095 Crow Van, so I'm going to say that's chromium and vanadium. And from all, I don't know a lot about the steel other than it's supposed to be, from all intents and purposes, pretty durable, but yet also easy to sharpen in the field with a stone, which is how the Marines would have been sharpening these knives in the day. The blade styles, you can see, is a nice clip point. Got some little swedging in here, I guess, to give you some a little depression there, I guess, for maybe holding the blade if you had to hold it that way or something like that. Not sure why that would be like that, but maybe relieve some weight without harming the strength of it at all. Okay, you got a flat grind all the way here, and a lot of cutting edge for you can get deep penetration and long cuts with that blade. One thing that is well regarded about these knives is this kind of a stacked leather handle. It just, it's made in a way that gives you good grip. You get those, the spacing between there creates natural gripping, and then the leather just feels good in the hand. And it also, being leather, will get a nice patina to it as it ages, and give some character to these knives, and that leather will hold up. I have seen these, knives, very old ones for sale, that the handle, even though it looks aged and even somewhat maybe even well worn, it's still good serviceable handle left on it. Okay, and this is single mark model 1320, and these are USA made by Kabar. I think we'd all be disappointed if it's anything other than that. I believe it is a full tang, and then you have this pommel attached to it, and then there's a pin, I believe, holding on, and it looks like, can't really, might be able to see there, it looks like where the tang it fits up on the tang, so it should have lots of strength as far as, if, you never know, in a survival situation, a combat situation, you're going to need some prying ability and whatnot, and that will do that should be able to handle a fair amount of prying, as well as chopping or cutting or anything else that you would need. With that pommel, it could be used to hammer. If you wanted to chip with it, you got enough service and a wide spine there for batoning. Or you could even use the pommel as a hammer if you in a situation. So it's without being a lot of embellishments or too fancy, it's got a lot of thought into it as far as utility and whatnot. The handle thickness is 1.04, so just a little over an inch, but it just really feels nice in the hand. I can see why these have been such popular knives over the course of their lifetime, and why they still remain popular. And I don't believe it's still the issued knife in the military or any branch at this point. It may be optional for them. I'm not sure. I'd have to research that. And what else? The blade thickness is 0.16, so that's a nice thick blade stock, which is you find that in fixed blade, they'll typically be a little sturdier than your pocket knives. All right, let's just kind of scale it out with some other knives here. This is a no timer fixed blade. This is one I like to carry a lot if I'm going out and about. It's I use it for just kind of stuff I don't want to rough up my pocket knife. It's basically like a pocket knife, just with a fixed blade. So you got that. It's a cool looking knife at that. And then for the big jobs and fighting bears and whatnot, we got a Bowie knife. So you can see the fits kind of in the middle. It's not as robust and big as a Bowie, but it's definitely a lot more to it than just a small skinning knife or something like that. Probably more practical than the Bowie. The Bowie, unless you just really like showing off and it's a little bigger than you need, because this one will do pretty much whatever that one will do. even fighting wise. I'm going to say, and it's more manageable as far as that goes, and especially as far as the design of it and the way the handle is made. This is just a big knife. The biggest advantage this would have is you're going to put in you're going to create a big opening if you stab something with that. And I think this one's probably big enough, and would do the trick. So there you have it compared to a couple of kind of common fixed blades you'll see, kind of a small skinner and then your bowie, which is going to be the extreme big as far as your wearable fixed blades. You could get a sword, but you don't see many people going in the woods or hunting with a sword. And this would kind of like a little sword in itself. It's just there's really nothing not to like about the feel of it. You feel like you're going to be well tooled if you have this with you. You know, if you're out in the woods camping, you hear something, and you feel like that you could fight off most things that you need to with that. You can cut some wood. I feel like you could chop with it. You can split, whatever you need to do, and you can fight with it. So all in all, pretty cool knife. Just really cool. This is kind of in my series of, as I've mentioned on some other videos, with Christmas approaching, just kind of looking at some things that your knife guys would really enjoy getting. I think pretty much most knife guys would love to get this iconic Kabar knife, and it's American made, not terribly expensive. You should be able to pick one of these up new, $75 to $80 without any problem. And you can if you go to knife shows and stuff like that, you'll see used ones. If you want one that's been actually used, you can usually find those as well. But definitely, whether buying a new one or finding one that's seen some action, definitely a knife, I think, should be in everybody's knife collection. Whether you use it or not, I think it's just one you got to have. All right, guys, if you like this video and enjoy these videos and find them entertaining, useful, or annoying, or whatever that keeps bringing you back, hit that thumbs up and be sure and subscribe. Like to get subscribers, and hit that notification bell. I usually put out a minimum of one video a week, and it can be as many as 3, 4, 5 a week, depending on how quickly things are coming in and what's going on. And like for you guys to see these and love comments. I know some of you out there have had this knife, and I'd like to hear what you think of it. Do you think it's a good knife, or just a relic that doesn't have the purpose or the usefulness of some of the newer stuff? So love to hear what you guys think. All right, that's all we got. We'll see you guys next time.